Hi, I'm Tamara Lackey, and I'm teaming up with Nations Photo Lab and Animoto to bring you this brief but hearty webitorial all about the best ways to present your images to your clients. This is something I'm constantly keeping in mind, whether they're seeing their images for the first time via an Animoto slideshow on any one of their screens, their laptop, their mobile devices, etc., or when they're getting their prints and they're going to have their final prints on their walls as canvases or gallery blocks or framed pieces, or as prints that they deliver to friends, albums, any one of their assorted photo products. How am I making sure that I'm delivering my images to my client in the best manner possible? There are several things that I'm keeping in mind when I'm building out my Animoto slideshow for my clients and considering presentation. The first thing is the order in which the images are actually put into the slideshow. We can sort them once they go in, and I want my images that I feel my clients can respond to the most, I want those at the front. So I don't necessarily put all the images in chronologically. I put them in where I think they're going to have the most impact. The second thing is song choice. Song choice can make or break a slideshow by a lot. I have chosen the wrong song and I've had to redo the whole thing because it just wasn't working. The right song can really elevate the entire slideshow to have that much more impact. The third thing I'm keeping in mind is the spotlight feature. How do I feature certain images to hang there more than others? Those are the ones I really want to stand out, and the timing can really be fixed a lot around, I want these words to go with this song, so I'm going to spotlight here. That's a really beautiful feature. The fourth thing I'm thinking about is how the show ends. I want it to end naturally and like it makes sense, not just abruptly finish. And the fifth thing is, of course, branding. I am running a studio and I want referrals and I want my clients to share it. And so I want to have my logo on there, but in a way that's not distracting or cheesy, that's elegant and makes sense, but also shows the branding. Check out a slideshow.
I heard you say that you wish I stayed an older version of me, long before my change. But if we're not growing, we are staying the same. So I will welcome the change and stretch myself day to day.
I want to show you a few things to just keep in mind and watch out for, things that you may not even consider until you get your prints back and you see how this could be a problem. On an image like this actually is not a problem simply because of the meaning behind this image. These children, these ridiculously cute children, were photographed in their grandfather's car, and the age of the car was really impactful because it had been in the family for such a long time. So the fact that there's all this kind of dust and scratches and stuff on the window between them and the shot is okay, but it's not uncommon to take images through a window pane, through a door frame, through some sort of reflective surface, and you want to take a look at all those little points because they become very contrasty and distracting in a large print, whereas you barely see them in a smaller image. So those are the little things that if you take just a few minutes to quickly knock those out before you print, you'll be able to see your subjects much clearer. Here's another perfect example of one of my favorite images that I ever shot ever. But this is an image that I'd seen repeatedly, multiple times, in a really large format on a screen. But it wasn't until I printed this as a, what is this, a 30 by 40? 24 by 30? 24 by 36 exactly. It wasn't until I printed it as a 24 by 36 that I noticed just how contrasty this little kind of set of houses or huts are back here. This is something I would have wanted to tone down. Not a huge deal, but something I certainly noticed right away, and it'd be something that once it was on my wall would bother me a lot. So these are little tiny errors that you don't really notice until something gets big, which is one of the beautiful reasons to print your work large often, because you learn so much about how to shoot and process. Love this image. This is shot in Bali. This is a great example of where the highlights are held very well. I really want to show this color transition of the sun rising and how it comes all the way across. We have about 16 different colors here, and they all held really well. This could have been a disaster with banding if the highlights weren't held and managed before it was sent to printing, because Oftentimes, just if you're right on the edge, a tiny little contrast bump in printing can really cause a lot of banding in the sky. So this is an example of where you might have had a risky situation, but everything held. Thanks so much for joining us today. I hope you found this helpful. Happy shooting, and remember, it's all about the presentation.